We are now live. Hello, hello. Ah, it's so good to be back. Oh my gosh, it's been a while. I know. I was at Phoenix Fan Fusion, and that was a crazy busy weekend, but really awesome, like always. Then the next following week, I was doing porcelain painting classes. So, and now I'm back home. Yay! I'm going to continue. I decided today to continue working on this painting here of my cat Clove. Yeah, I almost forgot how much done I had of this painting. Like, I picked it up and I was like, oh, there's actually a lot more done than I realized. I'm gonna try to finish it today. We'll see. Maybe I can, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll almost get it done, but we'll see what I can do in the few hours that I'm here. Hey, it's Isaac. Hi, Isaac. How you doing? And it's also Win. Hi, Win. How you doing? Yes, working on Clove. It's going pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good. Yeah, so just gotta put some paint to my palette. Gotta mix all my colors. So I think I'm gonna finish the back foot and I'm gonna finish her front paws. I'm gonna start with that. And then from there, I'll either go to ears or eyes, depending on how much time I have after that. Oh, fun! That's nice. Glad you had a good time, Isaac. Did you catch any Pokemon? Going pretty good, Win. I'm glad you're doing good. Yeah, it's good to be back, especially after a crazy weekend like Fan Fusion. That was insane. Insane. I already put that color. That's awesome, Isaac. That's so cool. That's Isaac, that's awesome that you caught so many Pokemon, especially shiny ones. That's awesome. All right, so now I'm mixing my colors. I'm going to start with this back foot here, so I'm gonna have to remix the white and the gray. And also I'll have to mix a little bit of white for the toe beans. Yeah, I was like going back and forth in my head of what project should I work on today, because I have so many that are I just have so many that are almost done. But I thought, you know what, Clove would be a fun one to work on today, so why not work on Miss Clove? Oh man, I'm sorry, Isaac. That does sound sucky. But at least you had other, like, fun things to go do and you had a fun time. Maybe the next event, the voice actor will come out. That'd be cool. Thank you, Win. Yeah, Miss Clove, she is a cute kitty. So now we're gonna work on this back foot. It's gonna be a little upside down for you. That's okay. Got some new acrylic brushes. Yay! So how do I'm sorry, I have to get into the mindset of what exactly am I doing? And it looks like I might need some of this brown here. Some burnt umber. So I should probably mix that too. I didn't mix all my colors before the stream just because acrylic dries so fast. It's like you mix your colors and then you have to use them immediately. So that's why I'm like, I'll just do it on the stream rather than preparing beforehand. So they don't dry out. Because by the time I would start my stream, they would dry out already. And then I would just have to remix them anyway. And then what would be the point, right? Nice, Isaac. I hope you have fun. Ah, it's Evoli. Hello, Evoli. How you doing? Ooh, sorry, Win. I just saw your message up there about the bearded dragon. That's super cool. Bearded dragons are really, really cool. Oh. And it's Nacho. Hi, Nacho. How you doing? Ah. We got a good group of people here. This is awesome. All right, now I'll finally get started on painting. 7 minutes in, just to, oh gosh, just to get all the colors set up. Oh well. No, it takes time to set up and paint. It really does. Like, to get everything set up and get settled in. And sometimes even like just to like rethink, like, okay, where was I in this painting? What were my plans? What do I see that needs to be worked on or changed? Yeah. Especially that it's been a while since I've like worked on this one here. It's like remembering, okay, what was my plans again for this one? It's so funny, this picture here. She looks so much tinier. She's grown a bit. She likes her foods. So she's a little bit of a bigger kitty now. And to me, this foot looked kind of funny, and I realized looking at the reference picture, it's because it's like sinking down into the couch. So I'm gonna have to create that same feeling. And where we go? Here we go. I know, Isaac, I agree. I wish. Well, I believe dragons do exist, but they're kind of like, like spirits. Like they belong in other or they exist in other realms. There we go. Now the surface, see, I'm like adding some shadows to it, and it's not looking so flat anymore, just like a brown blob that Miss Clove is floating on. Yeah, backgrounds are important. I think a lot of people forget about backgrounds or actually how important a background is. Spend a lot of time on the focal point, but they'll forget actually backgrounds really like set the tone of whatever you're trying to paint or like whatever you're trying to create. Sets the mood. It sets the environment. And that's just as important as like your focal point or your subject matter. Ooh, that's exciting, Isaac. Well, I wish you the best of luck with your voice acting, and good luck at the studios. I hope you learn a lot and you get a lot of good success from that. That's super exciting, Isaac. Oh gosh, Evoli, I know what you're talking about. I don't remember the name of that dragon, but I've heard of that. That's so freaky. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I swear. Lizards, just such a weird little lizard. Must be effective though, because for them to exist. I should do a painting of a bearded dragon. That'd be fun. All the little scales and everything, and their little expressions. They're so cute. They're cute lizards. Yeah, you should. That would be fun. That would be a cute little painting to do. See, look, just even talking about something, I'm like, ooh, more ideas. Even though I have endless projects to work on. Always the ideas, so many ideas all the time. There we go. Now that Miss Clove is set into the background, that foot doesn't look so weird. It's interesting how that just can change like that. I noticed some little details. I wanted to add those, some like extreme darks, especially right here. There you go. And right here too. Her little boots. She has like perfect little boots. It's really cute. And actually right here is just, I'll use some black right there. And blend that in. Oh, thank you, Lynn, for offering. That would be. I mean, even if you want to just show your your brother's new dragon, if you want to just show a picture, because I kind of want to see the new little dragon, or I call it the new little dragon, the bearded dragon. I want to see the pet dragon. There we go. Yes, I am the fairy of endless ideas. Fully aware. Alright, now I'm going to take a tiny brush and paint in her little toe beans. See her adorable little toe beans that are so soft. Wait, hold on. Ooh, good question, Isaac. I think if I was to play as a dragon, I think I'd be like an earth dragon. And I'll be green. I like the green, I like the trees, I like the forest. I think that's probably what I would do. Aw, that sounds cute when hanging out in a little box as her home gets cleaned. That's cute. And even for the little toe beans, I add a little bit of darker pink that I mixed a tiny bit of black with. And just to add a little bit of shading. And then I also made mixed white with the pink to make a highlight. So they look shiny. And I noticed some more details. Wanted to go back in with like the gray. So even still with like tiny details like these, I still will do all shading and that kind of stuff. So never just solid pink. There's always like multiple colors. Yeah, even though her fur just looks like on the foot, it looks like just white, and like the little pads look just pink. There's actually a lot more colors than just that, as you can see when I'm adding. There's even some fur in between the toes that I'll have to add. Look, see all these little tiny details. It takes time. I actually do like this size for like little projects like this. These little 6x6 wood blocks. It's fun to paint on. And I think I'm gonna put a little bit more shadow. Might even make a deeper, richer pink. Sorry, I'm like mixing a slightly darker shade of pink for some of these richer shadows. Extra concentration. I know. The fairy's concentrating. Ooh, that sounds very cool, Isaac. A legendary dragon of the stars. That sounds cool. That would be cool. Eee! Now that her little foot is done. Hey, little foot. I'll move on to these paws, which she looks so royal. So royal. I know, as I said I was gonna do that, I was like, I noticed something when I looked up at the monitor and saw it from afar. I was like, wait, there's something, a little thing I must fix. It's how it always goes. So I'm going in with my light gray and gonna start painting the little paws. I could probably go within a slightly bigger brush, but at the same time, I want to keep all my details super neat and non-sloppy, so I'm going in with this like thin brush, thin tiny brush. Yeah, that would be kind of cool if I could end up getting this painting done today. I think that's a little ambitious, but who knows? Maybe. We shall see. We shall see how much I can get done within the time. I don't know. So during my porcelain classes, I did a platter. So if you have been paying attention to my Instagram stories, you probably have already seen what I have been working on in the porcelain classes. If not, I know on my Discord I posted. If not there, I'll post more in the future. But anywho, I worked on a platter of poppies. And in class, so there's certain steps that have to be taken while like working on porcelain, and sometimes you come into a stop where you can't work any further because it has to be fired in the kiln before you can move on to the next step. But then sometimes there's still extra time in class, and rather than just sitting around doing nothing, we will do a smaller side project. Well, usually it's something tiny and it's something easy and just a lot of fun. I chose something fun but very challenging. Um, oh my gosh, and I've never painted so fast in my life. I decided to do not an arcane themed mug. Not only put Jinx's face on it, but how about Vi on the other side? It was going to be just Jinx, but then I finished it pretty quickly. And I was like, oh, well, why don't I put her sister on the other side? You know, oh, it'd be cute, the two sisters. And then I'm like, oh, what did I do? Now I have like just limited time to do two faces. Oh my gosh, I painted, and I had like limited time to do it. So on the last day, I had to paint finish up my platter and paint two faces. Oh my gosh, so much time. So little time. But I did it. I finished it. I don't know how I painted two faces in a single day, but I did it. Oh, thank you, Win. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm really happy with how the mug turned out. It's definitely going to be one of my favorite mugs now. I definitely worked. Oh my gosh. I'm glad that it doesn't look rushed, because that was part of my worry when working on it. I'm like, I want it to look like it's not rushed, even though I was like honed in, working really quickly. So yeah, but anywho. Oh my gosh, I can only imagine if Jinx was a fighter in Smash Bros. The chaos that would ensue. The absolute chaos. But yeah, actually, overall, I'm pretty happy with how that mug. I'm pretty proud of how that mug turned out too. Turned out really good. It was also very tricky because I couldn't. So normally, like, yes, I can freehand stuff, but with the porcelain and it being a round surface, we'll just take images and trace it with transfer paper, because it is so you're drawing on a rounded surface, not a flat surface. So it's very hard to draw, and it takes a lot of time and a lot of skill. And also the pencils we use is not a traditional pencil. It's kind of like a waxy, oily, like kind of crayon, but like refined waxy crayon. Basically, that's what the pencils we use. But any lines you make will burn off in the kiln. So you have to paint in all your lines, and there's not like really any going back once it's fired. So, and also with these special pencils that we use to draw on the porcelain, it's waxy. So if you draw like a line, but you draw over it again, it can erase your line you just drew. And also too, if you overdraw in a certain area, it can become oily, and then the pencil won't take anymore. So you can't overdraw either. So you have to be like super concentrate what are you doing. And so yeah, so that was definitely a challenge. I was able to do it. But you know, a challenge. It was funny because I remember the last time I did a cup like that was I was doing henna. And with henna, I got really good at looking at an image and directly like drawing and transferring it over, because there, once you draw a line with henna, that's it. That's where your line's going. So and a lot of people came in not with just like designs that you can be free flowing with, like people wanted dragons, they wanted animals, they wanted to test out tattoos. So you had to, I kind of trained myself to be confident and sure and know how to measure lines just by looking at it. So then at that time when I made like my toothless mug, that's when I was doing the henna. It was like, oh, no big deal, you know? And also too, I was used to doing round surfaces because I was doing arms, hands. There is not a straight surface on the human body. So I haven't done henna in like 5 years. So I have kind of a little bit lost that skill. And I really felt it when I was drawing these faces on the cup. I'm like, why is this suddenly so hard? It's like, oh, because I now go on to, I always painting on canvases, and I have developed where I am okay with messing up my lines because I can just erase with a pencil and redraw. So that was kind of an interesting aha moment. Or that's interesting. Maybe that's an interesting moment rather than just an aha moment. But yeah. But beyond that, it's all good. Oh my gosh, I have no idea, Isaac. I don't even know. Ah. But you all know my love for Jinx. Even though I don't know if she would like me. I'd be like, let's be friends. And she'd probably be like, no, get away from me. Who are you? Strange fairy. No. Yeah, this paw's actually coming along a lot smoother than I thought it was going to. I was a little worried. But it's going pretty good. Why I was worried is because I don't want it to read flat. And I want it to read fuzzy because she has like the softest little paws. They're so soft. And you know what's funny is like as long as she's not in play mode, you can touch her paws. You know how some cats, or even dogs, are like, don't touch my paws. She doesn't care. You can poke at them, you can hold them, as long as she's not in play mode. If she's in play mode, don't touch her. She will smack you. And then she'll think that you're playing with her. I know, right, Lynn? I think you're right. Oh my gosh. I'm tempted to do another arcane fan art just because I have ideas. And also I think everyone would probably like to watch that too. Should show you some of my sketches and ideas someday. Not just of arcane, but I have so many other like fan art ideas. So much. Oh, and I have Jinx's hood over here, the shark hoodie I'm still working on. It's going good. It's going good. Kind of ran into an interesting thing. So the pattern that I bought isn't very accurate. As I know, I've explained my pet peeves of that pattern. But I looked at it, the reference picture to the pattern versus what Jinx's hood actually looks like. And there is the pattern called for a little like drawstring, kind of like a hoodie. And I looked at her hood in the show, and it is folded over. It's like a crisscross kind of thing, not tied, but it's like kind of like the hood folds into like over the shoulder here and here. It's not a drawstring. So I'm just like, wait, this like pattern, even if you were to follow it, it's not even accurate. And I'm like, what? So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add in snaps to the places that cross over. And hopefully that turns out good. Hopefully it's a successful choice. I have to see how many snaps I have in my sewing kit, because I think I do have some snaps. I do not know how many though. And I don't know if the ones I have will be too small for my idea. So I might have to purchase some. But we'll see. We shall see. And of course, I'll keep you all in the loop of what I end up doing, what ends up happening. But yeah, I am almost done with the shark hoodie. Finally. Like 3 cons behind. Yeah, and I have, oh my gosh, so many cos plans I want to do. I'm almost having like a hard time deciding who I work on next, because I also have so many started, and I have different reasons for different cosplays. Some are like business related, where I was like, oh, I could wear this character with my ears, or I'm going to start making tails soon as well to go along with my ears. I have the pattern for the tails. I figured that out, but I haven't made any prototypes yet. So that is next. That is next. To make some prototypes. Hopefully it goes well. Ah. I think so. I'm pretty excited. We'll see what this tail journey entails. Ha ha ha, I'm so funny. We'll see. We'll see what it all goes down and how it turns out. Alright, so for her ears. So inside cat ears, I know, we always want to automatically go, oh my gosh, they're all pink. Just color it in pink. Well, not really. There's a lot of colors. There's this pink, but there's also dark pink, there's white, there's black. There's a lot of dimension to a cat ear. So first I'm gonna lay down, yes, some pink, because I want pink undertones. And then I'm gonna go in with my... It's kind of like a gray pink. I know it looks like a really dark gray pink. And I don't want to lose too much of my detailing that I've done in the ears either. I don't want it to, I want it to have dimension and actually look like an ear. Gonna go back in with some pink, blend it out. I'm kind of, also when I'm blending, I am going in the direction of which way her ear's going. So since it's more curved, I'm going curved in with my brush. I'm not going straight down, straight across. I'm going with the shape of her ear. And the edges of her ears are black, which I will start with the first layer of this like gray pink. That's very cool, Isaac. Well, there's a lot of adventures that you could definitely go on. All right. So now I have a good base here, but you can see it still looks like one, even though I have shading and stuff, it still looks pretty one-dimensional. Now I'm gonna go in with a lighter gray pink, and I'm gonna make the shapes of my ear, or of Clove's ear. And actually, I think I need a smaller brush for this. Kind of doing it with this brush is a little challenging. I'm gonna go since it's smaller, and I'm gonna turn it more this way. nice, Nacho. That's awesome. Yay! Sounds like you are having a productive morning. That's good. Fuzzy. There's a Fuzzy. Fuzzy. Be gone, Fuzzy. I started my production of animal ears back up because I almost sold out my last show, so I gotta redo my inventory of that. And yeah, so my room is coated in fur again. And it's not clove fur, it's the faux fur. And also too, I'm gonna add in some light pink. And there's a little tip here. She has like a white or light. Almost looks like her ear is clipped right there, but it's actually not. It's just a part of her coloring. Gonna add in some lighter here, more here. Gonna go in with my medium pink again. Try to blend it out. And since acrylic, it's already dry, but I want to keep it kind of blended, I'm doing this like stippling type effect. Trying to work it into this paint that is drying as soon as I put it on. There we go. As you can see, I'm extra concentrating on these tiny details. I know, and it's like, it's just a little ear. Yeah, just a little ear. I'm gonna go in with some light gray. Add a little bit of water to my light gray. All right, and now I am going to, well, I'm going to blend this actually a little bit out. I'm gonna, yeah, so really it's just like adding in layers, you know, it's like I keep going back and forth with light and dark and pushing color around until I get with what I am happy with. Until I get what I'm happy with, whatever. That's a weird sentence, but I think you all know what I mean. There we go. All right. Aw, don't. I just saw your message up there, Nacho. Don't beat yourself up. You work hard, and I know you got a busy life. So, hey, there's a lot of projects I feel like I'm behind on too. Don't be hard on yourself. Just keep doing what you're doing. Yeah. There you go. All right. And now for for the fur that's inside the ear, I'm going to take a little bit of black, a little bit of white, and I'm going to take more of this burnt umber. Just a super tiny amount though. It's more just to give that black a color because it is transparent and it'll show right through, and I want it to be nice and rich. I gotta add more to my palette. Yeah, all is good. I know that I feel like that's how it is when you have a creative mind of always like there's so many projects, so many things I want to do and create. And for the hairs, so all the hairs are gonna go this way. And before I start there, I noticed I missed some details of like she has the ears kind of outlined in black, but I don't want to do just like a plain outline because that'll just give it like a graphic type of look or cartoony look. So I'm just gently like feathering it in, trying to make it look natural. Okay, now I can go into the ear hairs. I'm going to start at the base and the ear hairs go out. And I'm actually going to add a little bit more water to this acrylic paint. Make it a little bit more watery. Oh, made it too watery. Now it just wants to pool. And it doesn't want to take. Damn. I have to wait for that to dry. Okay. It's so weird how it doesn't want to stick on this surface right here. There we go. And then, so she also has some like white hairs mixing in there as well. And I'm going to take a super thin brush here, wet it in my water, and I put it in the light gray acrylic paint, not white because that'll just look too bright. And mix it in with the black. And what I'm also really trying hard to do is to not, I want to be random with it, but also have like a direction of where the hairs are going. So when painting hairs or even whiskers, be mindful not to be like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Like, make it natural. And some of them kind of clustered too much. You can see they look clumpy. So I'm going to go back in with my super thin brush and paint back black over it. Not completely because I want it to show through. It's just kind of breaking up that clumpiness. Sometimes when painting hair, I will do this a couple of times back and forth until I'm actually happy with it. So that happens. And blend it into the rest of her ear. And there we go. One ear of Miss Clove done. Oh, hello, Art. Hi, how you doing? Sorry, Art. It was a minute until I saw you there. I was like, you probably saw me. I was hyper concentrating. How you doing? I know, Art. No worries. I was locked in. No need to cry. That's how I get, especially with my like super tiny detailed stuff. I get really, well, for everyone who's been here for a while or has watched a lot of my past streams, you know that I do get locked in. Yeah, even yesterday was funny. I was watching something and I was so locked in that I didn't even notice that my headset had disconnected. So all of a sudden I look up and I'm like, why am I not hearing sound? Wait a second. Oh my gosh. Wait, what happened? Oh, I was so locked in. Didn't even notice. Thank you, Art. Thank you, thank you. You know what? I might, now that I look at the time, if the eyes don't do anything funky, which sometimes happen, if the eyes go well, I might be able to finish this painting today. We'll see. Sometimes for me, eyes will go super smooth, really good, no problems. And sometimes I will spend an entire day on one eyeball and it still won't look great. So I hope I can do her eyes all good and have no problems. Ah, coffee. Coffee it is today. Yeah, I gotta wake up. Yeah, so there we go. That'd be awesome if I could get done with this painting done today. Oh my gosh. I would be very happy. I'd be one happy little fairy. Then that means one of my projects is checked off. Checked off the list to finish. My endless list of projects. Oh, that sounds cute, Isaac. Yeah. If you have a cute little picture or video of the cat and the owl, as long as they're being nice and friendly, which sounds like they are, yeah, you can post it in a Discord. That sounds so cute. I like when animals are like the unlikely friends. So cute. Being nice to one another. Oh, a little off topic, but a funny story. Clove lately really likes to sit in my window and just watch outside. I know that's such a cat thing to do, so it's probably not shocking, but she'll sit there and she likes to look at the birds. So cute. I know, they're so cute. The cats in the windows. So sweet. Oh my gosh, she loves to look out there. I swear, if, like, yeah, she's so cute. She loves the window. She probably loved to explore outside. She'd be one of those cats. Yeah, more hyper focusing on these ears again. Again, going in and doing all the little details. There's actually a lot of little details to cat ears. It's so much more than just a big triangle. It's funny because that's like, I really noticed that when first making the animal ears. I was like, oh, there's a lot more to this than just like cutting a triangle. Because that's what I did at first. I'm like, okay, they don't fit quite right. Why is that? And then you actually looked into like animal ear shapes and cat ears and like, oh, it's not a perfect triangle. I recently found my very first pair of animal ears that I made, and oh my gosh, they look like they belong to gremlins. I should almost like, they're now like put back away, so it'll take a minute if I take them out, but I should show everyone what my very first pair of animal ears looks like. It's funny to see the evolution of them and how they've changed over time. Yeah, and then going in with my gray pink, doing some highlights. And after this, I will add in the light gray to brighten up those highlights. There we go. Oh, and I can't forget either. It's not just her eyes that I have to get done today, along with the ears, but also her whiskers. She has like these really cute long wispy whiskers, white whiskers. Yeah. It's funny because the ones around her mouth are white and the ones above her eyes are black. Usually with cats, it's like same color, but with her, she's two different colors. I don't know. Must be like a calico thing or something. All right, and then same thing goes for this side, is that the hairs, being careful and mindful that the hairs go this way out towards the corners of her ears. And this brush is just, it's not as smooth as I would like it to be. So I'm gonna grab this one. Maybe it's the quality of brush, because this one goes on a lot easier. See, it has more hair, like, see, it's just grabbing the paint. Maybe the quality of those brushes, maybe they're good for laying down paint, but not so much the detail work. Which, that's okay. That's why I have so many brushes. That's why it's good to have so many brushes. It's because each one does a different job. And even if one brush is not good for one type of thing, it could be good for another. I gotta fix that right there. I noticed, I'm like, wait, I missed a spot. Alright, there we go. Now doing all the little hairs. Yay! I am going to move on and do like I did the other one, where I added some of the little light gray hairs to add some more dimension. Thank you, Win. Thank you. Oh, sorry, the painting traveled. Wait, here we go. All right, and here we go. And I can tell that the paint is drying because it's going on a little thicker, even if I added the water to it. See, all of a sudden those lines look really big now. I'm gonna have to add in some darker black to break up that brightness. Oh, thank you, Win. Thank you for putting in the Discord. Yeah, anyone here who hasn't joined already, feel free to. Pretty chill server. Just where we share our art and hang out. There we go. There we go. Oh, and I see a little detail that I totally missed. That's how it always is. I'm like, I'm done. There we go. We did it. And then all of a sudden I'm like, wait, no, I did not. I did not. Forgot something. Forgot a little detail. Oh, what two new channels were you thinking about adding, When? Yeah, I like that. Especially the share your pets one. Yeah, if you want to add that, sure, might as well. Who has adorable pet pictures they want to share? All right, here you go. Ah, Miss Clove, she's coming to life. All right. Let's see if I can get the eyes done. Ooh, ooh, eyes, cat eyes. So I'm gonna need a little bit more of this titanium white. And I'm also, she has like these golden eyes. So I'm going to use a bit of a primary yellow. Personally, my favorite kind of yellow to work with. Lemon yellow and canary yellow are a little too bright for me. So I like primary yellow. It's pretty neutral. And for the shadows, actually, I thought it was going to be burnt sienna, but now looking at the reference picture, I'm honestly probably going to stick to the burnt umber. Oh, yeah, thank you. Thank you, Win, for sharing that photo with me. Yeah, after the stream, I will look at it for sure. I am leaving it also today to catch up on messages. I tried to catch up on messages yesterday and I got some done, but yeah, I'm still behind, so I'm sorry if I have missed your message. I'm still catching up. So now I'm gonna add a little bit of the titanium white to the yellow to make the bright of her eye. And I mixed a little bit of the burnt umber with the yellow to make the dark shadow of her eye. I didn't do black because I don't want to make the yellow gray. Yeah, so now that I got those colors mixed, I'm also going to mix some black as well for her pupils. I'm using some of that brown. Okay. And then now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with, oh, turn it around. And am I still in frame? I'm still in frame. And I am going to, okay, now I'm in frame. I'm going to use my small brush and paint the eye. And with eyes, a lot of people, again, think eye shapes are, it's just like, oh, it's yellow eyes, so I'm gonna just paint it solidly yellow. No, there is actually a lot of colors going on and a lot of values going on with the eyes. So at the bottom, it's always light. And then at the top, there's a shadow because of the eyelid, and then it'll be darker. And since her eyes are like this golden color, which is basically yellow, yellow is transparent, so I might have to do a couple of layers before I get it actually that really nice bright color. Yellow is just one of those colors that behaves that way. Yeah, and then I'm gonna want to make sure I don't lose her eye shape. There we go. And I'm gonna go in with my gray pink and add in the color corners of her eyes. To not lose shape, I will go back in and do the black outline. Well, not outlining it, but like really smoothing it up. There we go. And then I'm gonna do the exact same in this corner of the eye. Yeah, I think after this painting, I think this actually would turn out to be a really cute sticker. I don't know who would want a sticker of my cat, but I'm gonna make her into a sticker. Why not? So if anyone ever commissions me a pet portrait painting, if your pet's adorable enough, it will be turned into a sticker. Just fair warning. Yeah, oh, sorry. I started rereading a message like as if I didn't read it before. I was like, oh, derp. But then I was like, wait a minute. Hold on. I answered that before. Uh, yeah, you want a clove sticker win? Alright, I got one interested person. Someone's interested. With these bright yellow eyes, she almost looks like a little Halloween cat. Like a jack-o'-lantern. A jack-o'-lantern cat. There we go. Okay. See, and then I got good shadow. Her eyes are nice and bright. She's staring at you like, play with me, which is totally her attitude. Play with me. Entertain me. Oh my gosh, yesterday I was working on the floor trying to pattern the tails that I'm going to be making. And she was playing with the paper. As I was trying to cut it, trying to draw on it, she's like sitting on my pattern, sitting on my sketchbook. Just completely in the middle of everything. I'm like, cat, I'm trying to do something. So I got her, found a scrap piece of foam, and I threw it at her, and she started playing with the foam. Very happy to play with a piece of foam. Super, super happy. And it actually distracted her. For a whole minute, I could pattern in peace. But then she got bored with the foam and wanted to sit on my pattern again as I cut it. Silly, silly kitty. I should give her a little witch hat. I should. That'd be adorable. Our little witch kitty. She'd probably play magic spells, so we give her more treats and more food. She'd be like, feed me more food. Serve me. I wish to eat more tasty treats. Is she sitting exactly like this? Such a typical cat. Oh, hello. Oh, hold on. Is it Zia Cat? Zia Cat? Well, hello. Welcome to the stream. Sorry if you've been here for a minute and I didn't look up to say hi. I get like hyper focused, especially in tiny details here, and then I'll be like, wait, I have a chat to look at. Ah, okay. Zia Cat or Zach. Sounds good. You're welcome. Made it in good timing when I'm working on all the little detailed stuff. Doing good. Just chilling, working on this pet portrait. Yeah. Yeah, thank you for stopping in. Oops. All right. So right now I'm painting with acrylics, and the acrylics are drying faster than I can paint. So I'm like constantly also remixing and all that good stuff. But oh well. Oh, okay. Thank you, Zach. And that's so cool. You also paint. What kind of things do you paint? We got another fellow artist in the chat. Yes. Yeah, feel free to join the Discord if you wish. It's all like artists and just chill. I got you. I got you. Alcohol markers are fun. I've only played with them like a couple of times on like little mini projects, but that's so cool. Ooh, landscapes. That's pretty surreal landscapes. That sounds like fun. So is like surreal kind of landscapes, is it like alien, otherworldly? I'm guessing you use a lot of bright colors. Yeah, absolutely. You are more than welcome to join the Discord and please feel free to share your stuff. Yeah. It's chill. It's cool. It's just sharing your art and others share too. But yeah. And all mediums are welcome. We got everything from painting to cosplay to just everything. All art forms are welcome. So and thank you. I see that you joined. Yeah. As a artist, it's hard for me to say what, like, everyone asks what medium do you use, and I use so many different kinds. Cause I love so many different kinds of art. Like, love so many different kinds of forms of art. I think it's fun. I think it's fun to experiment, and the more you know, the more I notice myself at least dragging in different techniques from one medium to the next. Wait, my in's still in frame. We got one eye. One eye of Miss Clove done. Look at her, so bright and happy. Actually, I noticed something. That eye looks a little too wide. She's a little too awake, even though she's very awake. She's a very awake cat. Wait. I swear, I need to, like, create a marker for myself, like, with blue tape. It must be in this box. That is my viewpoint. All right. There we go. Okay, she's not as wide-eyed now. She does look like a Halloween cat. I'm almost thinking about the darks of the eyes still looking a little too bright for me. So I think I'm gonna go even more. I'm gonna make it a little bit darker. So grab some of that yellow. And again, I'm mixing with the burnt umber, but even more so than the darker dark that I have right there. Because I'm like looking at it and I'm like, it's still a little too bright for my liking. I mean, I do like bright colors, but something's a little off. Needs more dimension. All right. So I'm just gonna take my thin brush, and I'm not doing much. I'm just gonna do tap, tap, tap. No need to overdo it. There we go. See, just that little amount actually added in so much dimension. It's crazy what light and dark can do. So when in doubt, just go lighter or go darker. Don't be afraid. What I tell people all the time. Don't be afraid to go extreme light or extreme dark. That's what gives it that real wow. There we go. Ah, so cute, so cute. Okay, so now on to the next eye. I'm basically doing the same thing. And yes, I will add like that reflective light, kind of a little shine in the pupil once it's completely dry. It's still a little tacky and I don't want it to turn gray. Wait, did I mess up? I ever so slightly messed up. That's her pupil, not the color. Whoops. I was like, why does this look wrong? What am I doing? Like, wait a second. Hold on for 2 seconds. Something doesn't seem right. See, guys, I remember everything, but in the wrong order. That's how it is. That's how it be sometimes. There we go. Yes, it is my cat. It is. Originally, this was gonna be a gift for my mom. But I kind of ran out of time. It was gonna be a Mother's Day gift. I was gonna surprise her because she's like the newest baby in the family. But life got busy. I have shows to prepare for. And I sadly ran out of time. She said no worries. I showed her the progress already, so she's been seeing the progress as it's been going, and so she loves it, how it's turning out. And I tried to like get it done in time, but oops, oh well. Yeah, I'm way late. Aw, thank you. Actually, I'm not sure where that cat is right now. She's probably sleeping. Somewhere sleeping until I get up and have lunch, and she'll smell the food and be like, hey, give me some of that. And she doesn't just stare and beg, like she like will paw at your plate and be in your face and everything. It's like, oh my gosh. But she's so cute. Super playful. Doesn't get offended by like anything. Like, you know how some cats, you pick them up, you hug them, and they're like, I don't want to be hugged. And then once you put them down, they run away and hide. She doesn't. She'll just stay. Even if she's like, put me down, I don't want to be held. We're like, okay, we'll put you down. Then she stays. And super social too. We'll have company over and she'll hang out with everyone. She doesn't run and hide with new people. She kind of doesn't care. Which is nice, because in the past, all my past cats were like scary cats and they would hide. And my friends would be like, I don't believe you have a cat. Like, I do have a cat. Call them Invisicats. Aw, you have 3 kitties. Aw, so sweet. I know, it always bums me out when a cat doesn't like to be. See, she doesn't care to be. Like, you can pick her up as long as she's not in play mode. If she's like, it's playtime, don't. She's like, no, don't hold me. But if she's sleepy and cuddly, she don't care. She's like, sure, pick me up, do whatever you want. All's good. And I realized it was out of frame again. I'm so sorry about that. I try to. I, Anyways, when I'm working on any piece, whether on stream or off stream, it's constantly moving all over the table. And actually, these eyes, you know how I was saying I was a little nervous because you never know with painting eyes if how they're gonna go, if it's gonna be too much, or too much work, I should say. Like, sometimes you start eyes and they work out good, sometimes they're not cooperative. These are cooperating, at least right now. Hopefully, I don't jinx myself. Hopefully, I don't say that and then something happens, and then it's like one of those like domino effects. Well, if this is wrong, this is wrong. The eyes are so hard because if you could do absolutely everything right, make everything look good, but get the eyes wrong, then the whole thing's wrong. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Zach. And how are we doing? Oh, and we're doing great on time too. Sweet. Oh, thank you, Zach. Thank you for the follow. Yay. Yeah. I always just I don't think I said this before when you first popped in, but I'm always working on everything. Uh just I'm always switching up what I'm working on. So I sometimes in the stream I'll be painting with acrylics like today, or I'll be painting sometimes with oil paints. Um, Subject matters always changing to, I'll go from cyberpunk to fun drinks. I even have some sushis I'm working on right now. And then sometimes I'm working on cosplay. Uh, like, yeah. Uh, I was just recently working on season 2 of Arcane Jinx, and I have so many ideas. So yeah, it's almost kind of, it's always, I'm always switching it up of what projects I bring on stream and what to work on. It is never boring in the fairy corner. Or at least I like to keep it that way, keep it entertaining. Yeah, thank you, Zach. I don't know why, but this little side of this pupil's like turning kind of square. Not sure why. Gotta fix that, correct that. See, like, I swear, when it's doing eyes, it's like constantly tap, tap, tap here and tap, tap there and correcting. Oh my gosh, so much respect for painters who can just do eyes with one pass of the paintbrush. There are people out there I know can just do with so much ease. Takes skill. There we go. True, very true, Win. It is. It is. There is a lot of work that goes into any type of art form you do. And the amount of hours too to practice each day. Like every day I work on my art, like creating something. Every day I draw, every day I paint. Because that's how I keep up on my skills. Yay, I'm actually really, really happy too that I got this done today. I reached my goal. That's something I always do too, is whenever I sit down to work on a project, I set a goal for myself. It keeps me from not becoming distracted, because, and it also holds like myself accountability of, okay, what's and a realistic goal too, you know? All right, today when I sit down on this project, I'm gonna get this part done. Keeps me from being like, oh, I'll just do a little bit here, a little bit there, and then, you know, the project never gets done or it takes extra time. I think it's good to set goals. And even with the pupils, there is still light that reflects, so I'm gonna add a little bit of brown at the bottom, just so they don't look so flat. And then I'm gonna go in with white, which I think I actually, all my white on my palette's all dried up now. So I gotta add in a little bit more. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Zach, if yeah, you should totally, every time you sit down to do like one of your drawings, set a goal for yourself. And sometimes me, but this is a me thing, since I am known to be a bit ambitious, I will set a realistic goal and then I'll set and like an extra goal. So, all right, this is like my achievement. Or this is my realistic goal. I'm gonna get this done. But if I get that done, it'd be really cool if I got this part done. If you want that. But that is something I do to myself. I don't always recommend doing that, doing extra goals. But, but when you complete that extra goal, it's kind of, uh, it's really rewarding because you feel like you got even extra done. They're here utilized. Now see, it's funny what the reflection does. It like really brings her to life. And with my super small brush, I'm gonna go in and add some more glisten in the eyelid. Oh my gosh, there's something so satisfying about the pure white highlights with acrylic paint. Now it's almost like that anime feel. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Win. Thank you, Zach. Yeah, and to kind of comment on that, Win, what helps me with burnout is doing multiple different kinds of mediums. So like if I'm like I don't feel like painting today, but I know I need to get some projects done, I'll have at least I have like cosplay to work on or something else. Always having some kind of other project, especially maybe even something that you don't take as seriously, that's just for fun to keep yourself creative and that creative motion. That's always good to do. It's always good to, and even to what I suggest if for anyone out there that's ever like any artist that's ever experienced kind of like an artist block or like a dry spell in creativity, I suggest trying something completely new, either new medium or a new subject matter. Um, and don't be picky. Just be like, I'm gonna just paint this. I've never like drawn this subject matter or anything, and whatever happens, happens. And it'll kind of like jumpstart that creativity again. Always a really good thing for burnout. There we go. There's Miss Clove. Hey, that's awesome, Nacho. See, exactly. Like, you have so many different projects to do and it's different creativity things. Yeah. Now you're doing awesome, Nacho. Oh, thank you, Win, for keeping track on the clock for me. Thank you. I was actually just like finishing up her eyes, and I'm like, I wonder what time it is. And I'm like, I'm gonna check the chat, and I'm gonna check the time. But thank you. Aw, you're doing good, Nacho. Hey, if I'm always here for you too, you know. Yeah, see, we're all here for you, Nacho. Well, there we go. Got done with Little Miss Clove today. There we are. Ah! Oh, she's so cute. I'm so happy with how she turned out. I'm actually really happy to get this painting done. Well, to everyone, thank you for joining this stream. It was a lot of fun. It was really good to be back. I'm happy to be back. Tomorrow I will be back same time. Not sure which project I'm going to work on. Uh, like I was talking about before earlier, so many paintings in the almost done process. But also I'm experimenting with some other cosplay stuff, so I might bring that in. Who knows what happens? I can be unpredictable. Aw, thank you, Zach. Thank you. And thank you, Win. Aw, thank you. Clove is adorable. I'll have to bring her on to the stream one day. That'll be fun. Well, thank you everyone for joining, and I will see you all tomorrow. Alrighty, bye!